do spend a lot of time at the library. I would say somewhere around like maybe 5 to 6 hours at least daily.
I got here at around noon, and I'll be here until probably midnight, 1 in the morning.
The library buildings are open 24/5. The online catalog and many other e-resources are available anytime from anywhere in the world. The library's physical collection exceeds 3 million items, and there are also 700,000 ebooks available online. In 2011, there were over 4 million visits to the library's website.
Yeah, I use the online catalog a lot. I actually take out tons of DVDs for documentaries. I use reference librarians pretty much at least once a semester.
Most of the time I find computers. Reason why it's because the computers there are actually much faster than the one I have, and the Macs, the screen are beautiful and big enough for me to spread my work out.
So the mission of the Du Bois Digitization Project is to take a discrete collection in the special collections of the library, which is the Du Bois papers, which came to the university in the 70s. And we've had them here. They've been accessible via microfilm, or you could come here and actually look at the physical papers. So the mission was to, because this is such an important collection, it's used, there's not a week that goes by that a researcher doesn't come in and want to use that collection, so it's highly valued and highly used. So to make it more accessible to scholars worldwide, we wanted to digitize all the papers. This collection will have, when it's online, 100,000 items, and it's really difficult to find those things without the metadata associated with them. Well, simply defined, metadata is data about other data. It's essentially a way to find things in large databases of information. So part of this grant, besides actually digitizing the papers, was to create a repository for the digital items. So we have a metadata record and we have a scan, and we need somewhere for those to go so they're accessible to people. So we built this repository called Credo, which is a piece that Du Bois had written early on about his beliefs. The mission essentially is to make it accessible to everyone 24 hours a day, anytime, anywhere you can get an internet connection, basically.
All kinds of content that's being created at our university, and one of the places that we like to capture that content so that it's easily discoverable by things such as Google Scholar is ScholarWorks. It's what's known as a digital repository. Anything from the teaching materials that they're creating to scholarly research articles to book chapters, videos, audio materials, data sets.
Our office was formed to basically look at the ways that scholarly communication flows and to help it flow more readily.
So open access is a whole movement, international movement, that talks about the scholarly works that faculty and students and other researchers create and sharing it openly around the world.
Something called the open access movement, which is the idea that scholarly works as they're being created should not be copyrighted, should not be handed over to a for-profit company to lock down and prevent access to, but instead should be made openly and readily available. Here in the university, the way it affects us is the high cost of textbooks, the high cost of libraries accessing materials, and thus, not being able to provide all the materials that students or researchers need.
So the university library here is partnered up with the provost's office to provide small incentive grants to faculty to look at some of these open available resources and use those instead of high-cost textbooks in their classes.
Fair use is what we call a safety valve, right, that allows for other people to use copyrighted works in ways that further the progress of science and knowledge and art.
It's kind of like the open access movement is a huge international movement, and ScholarWorks is our local rendition of how to provide open access to what we're doing here at UMass.
Thanks to library donors, facilities have been renovated to provide students with just about everything they need to study effectively and efficiently.
I get really hungry when I decide to start studying, so most of the time I just grab a snack or something. So every 20, 30 minutes or so I go upstairs and grab a snack at the procrastination station and just come back and just eat it.
Last semester, students returned to the Science and Engineering Library in Letterly Low-Rise to find more than 50 new computers, 8 group study rooms, and dozens of individual workstations. Over the summer, thanks to the generosity of alumni and friends, we added comfortable chairs, digital signs, exhibit cases, and a new circulation desk.
I'm a chemistry major here at UMass, so it's really nice to have a library that has the resources that I need to do research. I live on this side of campus, so I come to this library a lot because it's so close and it's really convenient. The new renovations are really great. There's a lot more space. It's a lot easier to find a place to work, and their new group study rooms are a great place to bring my peers to get work done.
Thanks to our donors, we renovated 3,000 square feet of space on the 6th floor to create a new music and media center, which has all new audio equipment and viewing equipment, group listening areas, new computer stations, and then all of our DVDs and CDs are browsable now, which really helps the students find what they're looking for.
People should have free and ready access to this scholarship, whether you're a student, whether you're another researcher, whether you're a practitioner or a member of the public.
It's a good collective place to be doing work.
Libraries aren't traditional. If we want to look at the bigger library services picture, we offer a lot more types of services now than back when I was in college, for example, and just come visit your library. Check it out. We're here to offer services and provide support for what the students are trying to learn.
I like lady stock, that's a fact. Ain't holding nothing back. Oh, she's a